Hello everybody, welcome back to my noob guide for Bloodborne. So in this episode we're going to be focusing on playing through Central Yharnam, getting through most of the key sections there, getting all the key items. We're going to be looking at expanding our knowledge of the combat tactics and strategies in Bloodborne and the different game mechanics. So let's get started. Get excited. Bloodborne is some of the most challenging and most invigorating PvE out there. It's a lot of fun. Just got to make sure you stay focused, be aggressive, and you should get through it just fine. Highly recommend a spot of whiskey with Bloodborne. It's a very tempting game that enables you to flip out and get angry and spaz out and make you want to eat your controller. So to lighten up the mood a little bit, highly recommend a little bit of whiskey. Currently, let's say for this episode, I'll recommend Highland Park 18 years aged whiskey. Has a taste of toffee sweetness and a mouth-watering smoky finish. Very nice whiskey. Highly recommend for this episode. Alright, so let's get started. So there's two areas to start here. This gate we're going to double back and open later, so don't worry about that. Just going to rush through this way. There's a little ledge here to the left. We're just going to jump off that. Let this guy spazzes out. Quick hit in the face. Don't need to worry about him. Take care of this guy. One quick R2. Now, any doors with these little signs next to it, those, I mean, not signs, but these little glowing lanterns, you can knock on them. And typically people will say some bullshit. Sometimes they'll give you items. Sometimes they'll be part of the story, so it just depends on which door you're at. So we're going to go right down here. Going to get a little spin to win fun. Kill these guys. Now you got to watch out. There's a lot of patrols in this area. So you see this patrol coming this way. Let's try to ambush them right as they come around. Spin to win is your friend. As well as that big sweeping L2 attack. This guy just sucks. I don't need to worry about him. Oh, there should have been some Molotov cocktails up on that ledge up here. I don't remember if I picked them up or not, but... Oh, blood vial. But yeah, there should be some around here. That's a good thing to note, too. Sometimes the enemies... They take a while for their items to appear, so give it a minute sometimes to pick up your items. You never know. Now I know some of you are probably already wondering, what about the shooting mechanic? What about that? Like why I'm not using it that much? Mainly because this is a melee build, but I'll try to show you what the shooting mechanic is like. So basically, you just shoot the enemy and they die, for the most part. It's not super strong right now, mainly because these enemies are weak, but it does enable you to stagger some opponents. I'm trying to show, see right there is the stagger move. So once you stagger them, you can go in and do what they call a visceral attack and finish them off. It's kind of a risky move, it depends. Some enemies are less risky than others. It really just depends on your skill in executing visceral attacks. Gotta watch out, guys come up behind you here, see? Look at them all. See that? That's why I said you gotta pay attention. That's right, little spin to win. Quick back, quick retreat. Gotta be careful that it eats up your stamina. I'm gonna get through here. This jabroni's gonna be douching around. That jumping R2 combo is really sweet. You jump, then hit R1 right after it. Oh, that double slam is just so sweet. This axe just has such a sick moveset. We'll be getting this item later. But as you can see, because we kind of chilled out here for a little bit, that patrol, we kind of pulled in a large portion of those enemies already. So that's a good thing because it will decrease the amount of difficulty we're going to have getting to the other side. So all we're going to want to do is get to the other side. Now, the reason why we want to rush to the other side is to take out that rifleman that just shot at us. This guy. Take care of him, and then get the guys that are going to come up behind you. Shouldn't be too difficult. These jabronis right here. A quick jump, and a hit in the face. Take care of them. This asshole, you just run up to him, just dodge his shot. Oh boy, looks like we're getting a little anal rapage going on here. Gonna quickly heal. Try to dodge out of the way. There should be a dog over here somewhere too. There it is. Now dogs... Whoops, I didn't mean to heal. If you hit them with a gun, they'll fall down. Whoops, jumping in the fire. Shut up. Eat fucking bullets. Well, it didn't go exactly how I planned it, but that's why Bloodborne's awesome. Nothing ever goes how you plan it. Alright, get all that shit, all these fucking items. Good deal. So yeah, so the dogs are kind of challenging enemies because they're very fast, aggressive, and they stagger you every time they hit you. So you're going to want to be careful for that. There we go. Eat it. Just had to get one of those gut-wrenching bullets, gut-wrenching moves off on them. Alright, so we're going to keep going. All our items. Cold Blood Dew, what that basically does is you use it, and it gives you more blood echoes. Kind of like Undead Souls and the like in Dark Souls. Just ignore the screaming. There's another door over here. Nothing interesting here. So. There's going to be a bunch of birds here, so it'll be a new enemy. Nice swift attack, should take care of them. Some oil urns. Alright, so this jackass, there's a couple different ways to take care of this guy. Okay, now you can wait for him to turn around and try to ambush him with your gun and get a visceral attack off on him. That's definitely an effective way to kill him. However, if you're not comfortable in doing that, there's another way. Just go right up behind him and do charged R2s on him. That's it. 2 charged R2s and he's dead. There's no struggling with visceral attacks, none of that. So if you aren't comfortable in visceral attacks, that's how you can take out a lot of enemies. You just charge up the R2, slam it right on their face. It pretty much pancakes them. We're going to equip the torch real quick because the torch is kind of handy to have for extra lighting. Alright, let's continue. We're going to go up this area here. Watch out for these dogs. Your gun will come in handy when you're fighting these dogs. Like I said, it knocks them down pretty much every time they get hit by it. Now the quick switch between enemies, like I was just doing there, you just need to tap your camera stick, your right stick, in the direction the enemy is at, and it'll quickly switch you up, switch them between the two. Good. Blood vials. It's always good to have more blood. Alright, let's go on up here. Now this is where it gets a little challenging. I highly recommend everyone just take a left here real quick. So it gives you a little breathing room from those guys over there. So this is where a lot of people struggle with their first playthrough in Bloodborne, is fighting the werewolves. Now these aren't like the werewolves we fought down in the clinic, and I think that's what deceives a lot of people. The one in the clinic is much weaker and has much less health than these ones do. These ones are at full health. On top of that, there's a pair of them. Now, one of the unique things about fighting these monsters is that they will come and directly charge at you very aggressively. The best way to fight one-on-one, is to sidestep any type of a lunging or sweeping attack it does. It'll leave them wide open for an extended period of time from the sides. That's when you need to strike. Now, given that there's two of them, this makes it extremely more difficult, because as you're dodging one, the other one is more than likely going to be in position to attack you, protecting its partner's flank. So that makes it much more challenging. Before we even get into fighting these guys, we're going to go down here. Get a few of these items here. Some bloodstone shards. Some pebbles. Pretty sure... Oh, and that's right, there's an item back here as well. Get more bloodstone shards. Now, if you're feeling a little squeamish about your attack abilities right now, you could go back and use those shards, play through this game again, try to upgrade your equipment, you know, try to buy more stuff. But in essence of time, I'm not going to do that at the moment. Now, this is a whole other little side area here. You can fall down this way, it'll take you right to the sewers, and you can totally, sewer area of the level, and you can totally bypass these guys up there. But we are not going to do that. We are going to attempt to beat them. So what I recommend doing is oil urns. I recommend Molotovs. I'll throw some pebbles in there just for the why not sake. So you can kill one in 2 shots with the Molotovs. One if you hit them with an oil urn first. And that's pretty much the main way you're going to end up killing these guys. Trying to stagger them is a little rough since they attack very rapidly and very fast. You just want to make sure you kind of get in a good position to get at least one of them with a Molotov. Nice. There's 1, 2. Just keep throwing them and keep switching out. This guy, alright, you know what, we'll finish this guy off with regular abilities. Watch, he's going to come charging in at us. So you just dodge to the side. On attack. That's kind of how you want to do these guys. Now, we don't do a lot of damage at the moment, so it's kind of hard to lay into them a lot. Pretty much you're going to want to make sure you have Molotovs for this area. That's going to be your best friend. Now, once you get through this part, we'll be able to double back. Eat it. We're going to be able to double back through this house and unlock those doors so we can get to this part much faster. So there's going to be a few guys up top here. There's going to be more down below. This guy over there, see that light? That's an enemy. Also some little lore info here. Little letter. Blah 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 blah. Cool story. Open this door up. Oh, it's alright, we gotta open it from the other side. That's alright, this one. Now this goes right back to the save point we were at before. should have 3 shards now, so if you want to go upgrade your weapon, you can. I'm going to kill these guys for a little extra XP. We'll go back, upgrade our equipment, and go fight the boss. Oops, did not have my gun out. Now, while you're doing visceral attacks, they won't be able to hurt you. A good indicator on when it is that you can do these is pretty much when they have their weapon raised right about to strike. That's pretty much the best indicator you're going to have when you're going to be able to do a visceral attack on somebody. That's an elevator that takes you down to a different area. That takes us to further a different area. Should be some broken area here, and we can get another cold blood do. Alright, cool. Let's go beat our first boss, get our insight so we can go level up. It's pretty much our main goal here at the moment. And we can open up this door here, make for easy pass-throughs. We're going to be passing through a lot in this area here, so it's important to make sure we have all the doors open. Now we have all this XP. I know it's very tempting to level up, but one of the things that is going to help you, well, actually we can't level up yet. We don't even have 1 insight. One of the things that's going to be very tempting to do is going to be spending your points on different items, but really what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to spend it on your equipment here. So altogether it's about 2,000, but it'll increase your defense a lot. You'll see when I go to put it on real quick. Big difference. Twice the defense. Look at that. Another big difference. Twice the defense. Pretty much doubles your defense right off the bat. Pretty good use of points, I'd say. We're probably going to be using this armor for a lot just to start with until we get some of the more cooler gear. But for the most part, gear in this game, although it does have a lot of effect on your stats and status effects, it's going to be mostly up to personal preference on how you want your character to look and how you want to play him as. So that's, take that as you will. Now I'm saving my shards for the other weapons that we're going to get. So I don't want to use them all just yet. Like I said, we want to get as powerful as we can, as early as we can. So that includes not wasting our shards on items that we do not want to waste them on. Alright, so the enemy we're going to go fight, the Cleric Beast. Definitely he's monstrous and ridiculous. So might appear to be significantly challenging to start, but... Oh, really? I can't believe he hit me. Whatever. It's bullshit. Alright. Gotta watch out for these jabronis in here. Oh, I missed my attack because I wasn't locked. Oh, that is just so sad. It's important to kill these guys no matter how many times you play through them here. Simply because they always drop items. Now I want to show you something interesting when we pick up this item. So you see here it's got that box next to it. That means that the item is going into storage. Now how the storage system works is basically whenever you go back to Hunter's Dream, it'll refill your health and bullets. Now, or actually when you die and respawn at a location, it'll also refill your stuff. But you want to make sure to, keep a good stock in place so you don't have to keep doubling back. So you always want to try to have that, keep yourself at 20/20. Now another interesting thing is if you press up on the D-pad, just stab your leg with, I guess, more bullets, and you'll get +5 to your bullet cache. So it's a total of 25 rounds. So it's something good to do if you're aiming to get more bullets without using the ones that you have. Like, especially if you have an excess number of blood vials, you're trying to manage your supply. It's amazing how little you can see. Alright, now we're gonna have to deal with douche fucks again. So get ready for that. Let's see if we can use an oil urine on him maybe. Oh, he's caught me. I don't think we hit him with that. See, if you attack them head on like that, alright, this is bad. You're almost definitely gonna die. But if you ever need to retreat, you can always go back in here. See? They're kind of stuck there. This is kind of basically a way to cheese them. If you have a Molotov left, you can just aim it. Just get them that way. It's kind of a really cheesy way to do it. But these guys are pretty hard to fight early on, so I don't blame yourself for doing it that way. I mean, sometimes it's just difficult to fight them in that small enclosed area. And this area isn't prone to fighting these guys very flexibly. Well, I'm sorry, to fight them with much flexibility, simply because this area is very closed in. You know, it pretty much only allows movement in one direction. You got to be very careful how you attack them. All right, we got to watch out for these idiots here. Again, attacking without my gun. You want to make sure you lock onto the enemies to hit them, because you'll notice that like the swinging angle changes with how your camera is oriented. So it's more of like a high swing, whereas this one's more, see, it's like right into the ground. So it changes based on where your guy's locked on or where your camera's oriented, so you want to keep that in mind. Alright, let's go fight this guy. Awesome. You notice we just picked up our one in sight. Now you almost always want to just try to stay behind this guy. That's pretty much going to be your primary means of killing this guy. Just dodge right behind him. And because this weapon's got such sweeping arcs on it, you actually hit a large portion of his body parts, which will help injure him. I tried to go for a charge-up attack there. Now you can actually target his head, so if you want to try to shoot his head a bit, like that, it'll give you an opportunity for a visceral attack. Now you got an opportunity to do that again, but only if, oh man, that was brutal. Only if he heals, because the guy does heal his body parts. See, I kind of just broke his arm right there. See, he's going to heal himself a little bit. Now, how much damage you do with visceral attacks is very much based on skill. So although this is a strength build, we're not really going to be doing much damage with visceral attacks with this build, simply because our skill is not that high. It's still, the damage is significant though. Gotta watch out for that jumping attack. Gotta watch out for that long claw. Sometimes he uses it to propel himself. It's gonna be hard to get out from underneath him here. Let's try to go around back here. Now you're gonna want to watch out. If you see any pauses in his movements, he might be doing a grab attack. So you're gonna watch out for that grab attack. You can roll when you, from a fallen down position. You can do a get up roll. You'll see me do that a few times, like that. Oh my God, heal. If you get knocked down a bit, it's a good way to get back up. That's the grab attack I was talking about. That will fuck you up. Whoa! Don't get impatient. That's one of the biggest ways to die. Getting impatient. Alright, there you go. Defeated him. That was pretty fun. Alright, got your Sword Hunter badge. Got a new place to go. Alright, so now that you've beaten the Cleric Beast, you beat your first boss fight, you realize that the boss fights are pretty intense. Now, you may not beat it the first time. It may take you a few times to beat that guy. I've obviously played this game quite a lot, so it may be more difficult for you at first glance. The thing to remember about the Cleric Beast is just try to get around behind him and try to recognize that his left attacks, so the attacks from his left hand to your right side, are going to be a little bit longer reach. So you can almost, and he almost uses that attack almost always first. So you can use that knowledge to try to dodge behind him from the left side. You'll notice that I dodge behind him on the left side the majority of the time. So those are some little hints and tips that can help you out fighting that guy. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So this lets you do co-op. So that's important to have. You'll notice we have 4 insight now from beating him. And now we can talk to Bitchface here and level up our stuff.
Hello, Honorable, and you will have to invoke. Very well, let me.
So, like I was saying earlier, you'll notice your physical defense increases dramatically every time you level up. We've already increased our defense by 150% in just 5 levels. So that's a huge deal for us in terms of increasing our defensive capabilities. So one of the things you want to focus on doing right away is before you even look at your stats and leveling up, we want to make sure we have enough blood echoes to buy our weapon for the sword hunter badge, the Kirkhammer. So the Kirkhammer is going to be one of our primary weapons for this strength build, simply because it already starts with a C in strength. So let's purchase that right away. We can't even use it yet, you see. We need 16 strength and 10 skill. So we're almost there. So let's put our points in the requisite stats.
What is it? Very well. Let me.
Bam and bam. Alright. Should have enough to use our weapon now. There you go. And we can use a Kirkhammer. Kirkhammer is pretty sweet for a strength weapon, simply because you have a small sword, or like a long sword, that you can use for quick attacks. Okay, it's got thrusting moveset, pretty awesome. And then whenever you want to hit someone in the face really hard, you just switch it out to a two-handed mace. It's pretty freaking nuts. And this two-handed attack, that actually has an AoE. Yeah, that has an area of effect damage. Pretty useful. It's very minor, but it's still really awesome. And then furthermore, there's the L2. Yeah, I would not want to get hit with that. That's just awesome. Pretty awesome move. And then to top it all off, when you run attack with this guy, watch this. See that move there? The running attack here, this running attack, like that actually blocks other attacks. Not that many people know that. There's a few videos on it that show this in PvP being used, but it does indeed block attacks. You can also do it by backstepping as well. So, kind of a unique little weapon there. Anyway, it's a really cool weapon, and that's going to be our primary weapon in this playthrough. Okay, so we're going to go to the workshop, and we're going to use our things here. We should have 3 shards, we have 5 now. We can use that to upgrade our weapon. It's already going to give us a significant stat boost in damage. Oh, by the way, this workshop, still haven't explained it yet. Basically, it has a lot of little interesting features that you talk to German, the old jabroni here. Lets you adjust runes. We don't have that yet, but when we do, we can use this table here to use runes. This is where we can configure our equipment. And over here is our storage area. We can use this to access our storage. We can take items away, put items in storage, and what have you. It'll be much more useful later on. So just to make sure we're maxing out our stats as much as possible, let's use up our cold blood here. Get a few more points. Let's level up a little bit more. Now, one of the things you're going to want to level up a lot is vitality. We got 2 more points. Damage is awesome, but at the start of, when you're first starting out, you're going to want that flexibility that comes with being able to take a few more hits. And that's where the vitality is really going to benefit you a lot. So make sure you put some points in vitality. Get that health up. Alright, so that pretty much concludes this second episode, I guess you could call it. This second part of the Bloodborne Noob Guide. So I hope everybody is pretty excited now that we've got our equipment and our weapons and what we're going to be looking at doing with this guy. We're not quite there yet with where we want to be with equipment, but we're getting there. The Kirkhammer is a big step, so congratulations on completing this awesome first step and taking a big leap into the new world of Bloodborne. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped out a lot of people.